All right, everybody, welcome to episode 4 of When Does the Fuckery End? Obviously, we're going to start this off with a screwball shot, but I've got a very special guest with me. His name is George Gettis. He was my machine gunner in Afghanistan, and we were boots in Iraq together. We served 4 years. He's a piece of shit, but we got to take our screwball shot, me and Kyle, so here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. Score.
Okay, so I'm going to dive in a little bit about George. So me and George were in the Marine Corps 4 years together. We got out after serving 2 tours, combat tours, and we were a wreck. Absolutely a wreck. And understatement. Yeah. But there was a program that I went through called Focus Marines, and it's an organization. I like to talk about organizations that have helped me out and that people can donate to. And Focus Marines was a big one because I went through it. And it helped me learn interpersonal skills again. It helped me learn a lot about who I was and what I wanted to do in life. And once I went through it, I realized that my men needed that too. And I called George up and I said, hey man, this is something you need to do. And he didn't fight me on it. He didn't do any of that because I was his leader. He trusted me, and I'm going to say that in confidence. But I'm going to let him tell a little bit about his story and how he went through Focus and what he's doing now.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm George.
Piece of shit.
Andy, just wait.
Yeah.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
Just go.
Okay, so I was in the Marine Corps with Todd, and we came back and we were both complete wrecks. Total amount of wrecks. So the PTSD from the war didn't get better, it got worse, from what I realized. So we got back, and I was just getting progressively worse and worse and worse. And then the VA wasn't really helping me. Nothing was helping me, so I needed a change. And first I found a home base program, and they helped stabilize me. And then I still wasn't getting any better. I was doing psychotherapy and everything that I should be doing, but I was still, just not where I should be. And then Todd's like, man, you gotta do focus. So this program, it gave me just this incredible confidence. They call it the proverbial pink cloud. And I wrote that, and I got really interested in yoga after it. So I had the confidence to leave my house and go to a yoga studio for the first time. I'd spent the past decade in the basement. And so then I started doing yoga, and I started feeling really good. And it was all the stuff I learned at the program gave me this incredible confidence. And so from there, about 2 months later, I'm like, I want to start teaching this. I got to share this message with the guys. This bottom-up approach is making me feel so good, which was yoga.
So would you say that Focus gave you the energy to want to share and help other veterans?
Absolutely. That's what it did. It helped me so much, and I felt so good. I just wanted to give back after.
And so what are you doing now with it?
Okay, so what I do now is I did a 200-hour yoga training at this school called the Himalayan Institute. Found basically what I would consider to be the best yoga school in the country. And I took their training, and now I'm teaching it to vets. So throwing workshops, and now I'm going back to Focus, and I'm teaching it all week at Focus. So just a small part of their program, but it's given back.
So you're teaching yoga at Focus.
Oh yeah.
Right. We
Okay.
both graduated Focus, and I speak there now.
Okay, I did not know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought you were just going to do like a re-up.
No,
to
no,
help
no.
yourself.
No.
No.
Okay.
I went through Focus, and I now speak there. And then he went through Focus, and he's now teaching yoga at Focus to other PTSD Marines.
Okay,
that come through.
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
So,
it's a great program.
These concepts that we figured out that work for us, everyone's a little different. So it's like shotgun approach. So Todd has his things. He's more top-down head, and he's gonna, help mentor a guy, help like that. But I do bottom-up. Everyone's different, so we get all different approaches and introduce guys to all different things.
So explain bottom up.
Bottom-up is basically, so here's how PTSD works. Your nervous system has sympathetic and parasympathetic, and it'll get stuck with PTSD in the sympathetic. So you basically be crazy, and you won't be able to turn it off, and you'll be all frazzled. So I found these tools where you use your breath to calm yourself down and go back into the parasympathetic stage. Basically, the stage you need for your body to heal from PTSD. And it's bottom up because it's not using the head to think it. It's using the body and the breath to work it without thinking. It's not an intellectual practice, which why it's so helpful for me. because my mind makes me crazy. So it's all
I
using
understand that.
Trust me.
systematic stretches, movements. It gets really deep. I won't get too deep into it, but it's basically just calming the nervous system so I can function as a human and not be at a high level all the time.
And trust me, I know this guy, and we were right. Trust me, like we were off the rails, guys. I mean, we were out every night. Didn't know how our cars got home.
We couldn't find any peace. There was no
There
peace.
was no peace. It was
No
just.
inner peace. It was chaos.
It was just.
Inside, outside. The outside world was a reflection of the inside world.
But now you're doing a lot better with the yoga, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I meditate every day. That's part of it.
I would have to say that this is the best I've ever seen him in the 15 years I've known him.
Even while he was in the military?
Even while.
we were.
Oh, dude, military. Okay, see, this is where we're gonna get into some fucked up shit.
I mean,
We were borrowing money to buy $5 gallon fucking vodka to get fucked up
I mean, we're
because
fucking
we already spent our money at the strip club.
Yeah. We're there to drink and fight. Not that we're
I mean, that was
fight
it.
and drink. It depends on what kind of.
But I've known him since 2007. I got in a little bit before he did into the fleet. I won't say the Marine Corps, but into the fleet. He ended up in my unit, and I came back from Islik, which is a Arabic course on language.
Okay.
And I come back, and he's in my squad all of a sudden. And I look at one of my senior Marines, and he goes, "Hey, nicely." And I go, "What?" He goes, "I got a monster." And I look over, and this guy's got Coke bottle glasses, like just hairy as can be a beast. And he goes, "I got a monster now, nicely." And I was like, "Good for you."
So you're talking about Coke bottle. I think we call them like BCG.
Yeah,
Or-
same thing, yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
when I say Coke bottle, I'm saying they
So-
are so thick.
So I'll show them after you. So in boot camp, the drill instructors called me Milton.
He
Come
looked like
on,
Mr. He
face.
looked like
Okay.
Mr. Magoo.
They made me go around and ask the other drill instructors, "If you see my stapler." Yeah.
Yeah. So when we're in Afghanistan, he's got to wear these things, and he's my fucking machine gunner. And both of my machine gunner had Mr. Magoo glasses, and I'm going, "Oh fuck."
Hey, area target, bro.
Yeah, we're just laying down suppressive
Right,
fire.
yeah.
Just shooting and shooting.
Gunny
Doesn't
said,
matter.
"We got all the 7.62 rounds you want. Chew them up."
Right.
So what were your first impressions of Todd?
Oh, I fucking hated him.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Like any legit dude, I'm gonna. It was a little feeling out. I did not like Todd the first time I met him. I'll just say that.
No one does.
Yeah, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then I don't know. It took about a week of us being together, and then we became best friends.
Yeah,
Maybe less than that. Yeah. As soon as we started drinking together, I'm like, "Oh, this dude's legit."
I mean, at one time I peed in a cup and put it in his freezer in his refrigerator in his fucking barracks room, and maybe a year later, he's like, "Why you got piss in my refrigerator?" It's like, "That's the freezer."
It was so long you forgot.
Yeah,
about
you
it.
forgot about it. But yeah, we fucked with each other a lot. And, well, okay, I don't like this story, but I'm gonna let him tell it
Oh, please do.
because okay, so in Afghanistan I turned 26.
You want to get into that?
We're going into this.
okay.
I need to hear this
Okay,
story.
juicy one.
I
Okay.
turned 26. For like the whole day, I knew they were planning something. I even ran outside the wire without my gear on to get away from these guys. Finally, the night comes, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm done. I'm done trying to get away from these guys. It's gonna happen whether I want it to or not." 5 guys had to tie me down, and then
Okay, so I've been planning this out for like a month. I'm like, we hadn't seen a woman. I don't know how long. It had been like 5 months. Like we were going hard. I'm like, I'm gonna give Todd a special show on his birthday. He needs something nice. You know, I'm
you
just
were
looking-
not nice.
I'm looking out for him. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, his feelings, his needs, everything.
You were a hairy girl.
So we play this out, and so we get him, and
Headlamps are going.
yeah. So we don't have electricity at this point. We don't have power, no running water, anything like that. So that hog tie him, obviously. So he's like, hog tied on his rack, and there's headlights on me, and then all of a sudden they start putting lotion on me, and there's a little camera. And then Jose came in. It was Jose, right? And he has
Jose,
this
he's got a
megaphone.
megaphone. He's playing "Sweet
So,
Dreams."
It
Are
starts
Made
going,
of
bum, bum.
these."
So you look at me, I'm going,
And so
bum,
you got
bum.
headlamps going in circles. red,
Mitchell's dumping
white,
lotion on
just
me
going
like this.
Woo, woo. It looked like a disco club. And the next thing I know, I got this coarse, hairy, lotioned up man just all
Oh, yeah,
over
just
me. I'm like, "Get the fuck off me.
Just
Did
like
he tip you?
the nastiest
No.
slap dance you've ever had. Like, I was burning in his ear. You know, I was pulling out all the stops. You clicked the heels.
Oh, dude.
Um,
I was scarred for life.
Whispering
Every time I hear
sweet
sweet
nothings
dreams,
into
I
his ear.
can't
oh yeah,
do it.
oh yeah.
I
And
can't do it.
then we beat the shit out of him after, obviously, because it's his birthday. You have
course.
to. Yeah. And that's like really like when Todd
The only
talks
thing I
about
was pissed about
PTSD.
is it broke my rack. I didn't have something to sleep on after that.
We were sleeping
I
on
had
the,
to sleep on the
we were
floor.
sleeping on the ground for like
Yeah.
4 months
So you
straight.
know what I did?
On the
I
ground.
went over
We
to
finally
the-
get racks. And
We get racks and then they break mine. So you know what I did? I went over to the Haji hut and threw a piece of sausage on one of theirs. And they were like, I don't want it no more. It's a sausage. I can't touch pork. I was like, cool. Got a rack. It was a mess,
Oh,
man.
that's kind of questionable.
Dude, it was questionable, right? Like, I don't know the statutations on rape in that country, but I could probably get them arrested.
you enjoyed it.
I didn't enjoy it.
You were laughing the whole time.
It was like a
You
course.
never said
It was.
no.
It was like that course dog.
He did say
No.
So you want to hear the best part about that? So it was Lavender as the other squad leader. It was his birthday, like a month
5
later.
days,
Yeah,
yeah, month
something like
later.
that. So like I walk into his hooch and I'm like, Lavender, I got you. He
He's
takes
like-
what do you have, a Benelli? He takes
Yeah,
his
yeah.
Benelli. Loads of beanbag around, points around at me, goes, you motherfucker. Don't near me. I'm blasted with that. I just said, I'm not touching Lavender. I just walked up.
We had some messed up times in Afghanistan. We had some great times, some bad times, but you guys are getting some of the good stories, and so we're gonna
Yeah.
kind of lead with that. But one of the things I'd like to talk about is camaraderie,
Oh, okay.
and so a lot of people don't know that when you're in that situation, you're dropped in there for 7 months, and there's no coming back unless you're injured, wounded, or alive, or dead. I'm sorry, I fucked that up. It's dead, wounded, or alive. And that's it. And that's like what I want a lot of young kids to know if they do listen to this podcast. Like I said, if your parents aren't controlling this, then that's not my
Lord
fault.
have mercy on your souls.
But that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is you're dropped off in a foreign country, and the only way you're coming home is wounded, dead, or alive. You have 7 months, and they drop you off and say, "Go." There's no pause.
Yeah.
There's no "I want to come home." There's no none of that shit. You are surviving.
Survive, sink or swim.
Sink or swim. That
Todd was the
exactly
best.
correct.
Todd was the absolute best.
I wouldn't say
I've never seen a warfighter like that. I saw a lot of guys operate, never seen anything close to that. A lot of it's on intuition. And just that ability to boom, boom, boom. I don't know.
Okay, so what's your favorite outside the wire story of Todd?
There's a lot of it. I don't know. It's not even a good story. I saw Todd do something once, and it stuck with me. And he was fucking charging the enemy, and I watched him do it. Then I had to follow, obviously, because you always had to follow him. He was always the first one to go. Fuck this dude! You really make me follow this guy? But he was running at the enemy, and you know he didn't want to do it. It was obvious. His body was like turned. It was really interesting, and his mind was just willing his body to run. It was like completely override the body, and I was just like, did that dude really just fucking do that? God damn it! And then it's like you gotta follow him. I don't know. And he just kept doing it. He just kept fucking doing it. It was remarkable.
Well, my favorite one is the first firefight we ever got in, George. And I looked at him and I said, "You got to come with me." And he said, "No."
It didn't make any sense for us to
He
do that.
said-
From
he
the
said-
practical standpoint, there was no reason for us to do
He
that.
said
Zero.
no. And I said,
Zero
"I'm
reason in my
getting a
mind why I
call.
wanted to do that.
I'm getting a call from higher ups, and we gotta go." And he goes, "No."
No, that didn't make any sense. I was fucking...
But either way, I looked at him and I got up and I ran and he followed me. And in the Marine Corps, they teach you, I'm up, they see me, I'm down. So it's like, as your buddy rushing, it's up, you see me, I'm down. Well, the whole time I can hear him going, "I'm up, I see you fucking nicely. I'm up, I see you fucking nicely."
Well, the field that we were running across, they had literally just shot a bunch of machine
200
guns
meters at least.
right at us. So they were like, go across that open field where they're just starting machine gun fire. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Why don't we just go to the tree line and walk down there or something like that? You just want us to get fucking shot. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I guess you both survived, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so a lot of you know that I'm a quadruple amputee, and this is gonna get a little
wait,
sensitive.
you're a quadruple amputee?
No. Don't do that. I'm a quadruple amputee, and this was one of my best friends in war. And there's a story that I'm going to tell that kind of touches me to my heart because we would come back from a firefight, and guess what song we would listen to make ourselves feel better?
I don't know.
Bubbly by Kobe Kaye.
Really?
So, can I tell how that started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. That started when we were drinking.
Oh, yeah.
And like, so in the morning, like, you know, like you're super fucking hungover and you just hate life. And you're like debating whether to grab the 45 or not. Like, it's just, you just hit it that hard the night before. I would put on Colby Calais and that song would just be like, okay, it starts in my toe. And you feel a little bit better. Like, okay, maybe I'll grab a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Start to think the day over.
Okay.
And then, so you get into a firefight and you're fucking jacked up beyond belief. I mean, your nervous system's fully engaged. You need to calm down somehow. So we would split the headphones and we would listen to that song together. Try to just get grounded a little bit so you're not super intense.
But where I was going with that is, after I got hit, this man actually sang that to me on the helicopter.
Oh, really?
I wasn't aware, but he actually sang it to me on the helicopter.
Oh, there was a lot of things
Wow.
happening in that helicopter.
And he touched my wiener.
I didn't touch his wiener. I checked his wiener.
He checked his wiener.
I did.
I asked him.
I did.
He says I asked him. I don't remember asking
No,
him.
you didn't ask me. I just
But
checked
it's
his
a
wiener.
known fact, you know. If you have no arms and legs, but if you have your wiener, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's gone, just push me out.
That's exactly what it was. No, I went to the side, I pulled down his wiener, I said, oh, it's still small. Okay, he's good.
You pull out the magnifying glass, like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yep.
There it is. You're
He's
still
there.
good, buddy. You don't
No,
got to go out
I
to
like I said,
pasture
too.
just yet.
So he had all these wounds all over him, so we obviously were packing him. So
Yeah, and
I stuck my fingers deep in
Now
him.
he always
Yeah.
tells me
You know
I
what
had my fingers in.
Oh, I
I'm
fingered
like,
the
"Get
shit out of
fuck
you,
out
Todd.
of here, man."
You were fucking screaming as I fingered you.
And deeper than anybody else.
That is so horrible. People are gonna be like, "These guys are sadistic and weird."
How else are you supposed to cope with it?
I
Am I supposed to
don't know,
cry about it now?
No, I
I'm
mean,
gonna stick
like,
my fingers deep up in there.
yeah, right. Not
You
my
spit
butt
on
and
them a
my
bit?
boobs.
I mean, obviously beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been through a lot of shit together, me and George, and I'm glad that I have him on this podcast here with me because you kind of get a taste of, the camaraderie that I was talking about earlier. Like, these guys will always be in my life, and these are guys that probably know more about me than my actual family. And, you spend a lot of time in a foxhole or some kind of stupid shit, and all you do is talk, and you learn about each other, and you learn who they are and what they become and who they want to be. And then you get out and it's like your whole life turns upside down because the only skills you have are being a fucking goddamn killer.
And drinking.
And drinking.
It's to our mutual exclusive.
So like after that's where more foundations need to come in and be like, we need to help these guys. Don't take me on a fucking fishing trip. I don't want to fucking fish. Like, teach me things like focus.
So I get it. So that's the point. So like when you're talking about healthcare, that's kind of what you're getting into.
Right.
You can't universally. Everybody's so unique, and each needs are so individual. I mean, like PTSD looks like 600,000 different things. So how do you treat it with one thing? You need these small foundations to
Right.
pop up. It makes total sense.
I mean,
VA can't support it.
the larger foundations, I'm not going against them. I'm not saying that they're bad. But what I'm saying is that we need smaller ones that take care of more guys like JCS as an individual whole and say, we're going to take you on for life. And that way you get the help you need. And then there's programs like Focus, which me and George go through, which we are trying to promote a lot because there's programs out there that will change the way you think about war and demilitarize you. Did I say that right? Demilitarize?
Yeah, it's reprogramming in that.
It's just a reprogramming. And you need that. Guys need this.
You get stuck in the same patterns for years
You do.
if you don't rewrite the programs.
So enough about us. What about you, Kyle? What have you been up to today?
Oh, today, man, I just worked. That's all.
I need it for workout.
I'm an electrician.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I was wiring up a building. That's basically my day.
Right on.
Yeah.
I live at Institute. I do a lot of electrical work there.
Yeah.
I work in electrical engineer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I think another shot.
Another shot is
Okay.
indeed ready to go.
Then let's do a never have I ever.
Never have I ever.
Yeah.
No.
You know,
Then we get these shots. And
we can't play
hold
never
on,
have I
hold on,
ever
hold on.
Sorry, would you rather?
I
apologize.
need to apologize for episode 3. Because I was fucking completely tanked, people, and I am sorry for that. You can tell by the end of it.
What about the children?
It was stupid for Montpelier. That's what it was about.
I know.
Got me all fucked
Didn't want
up.
to ask him about the.
No, he's getting 3 questions, but he's not taking shots. So
Oh, okay, that's fair.
he'll get would you rather.
I was thinking, not would you rather. I misspoke. I meant, was it? Dang.
Oh, 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
We could do that. So how well do you know me, George? This is what we're gonna find out. I'm gonna give you 2 truths and a lie, and you tell me which one's the lie.
So knowing you, I know all 3 are going to be lies, but continue.
No, they're not. All right. First, we're gonna take the shot, and now I got
Screwball. Peanut butter
Now,
schnapps.
now you got me on the spot. Now
Peanut
I'm
butter
thinking
schnapps.
really fast.
Peanut butter whiskey. So smooth.
Okay, great.
You never would have known that
Okay.
peanut butter whiskey was good.
2 truths and a lie.
All right.
I've met Tom Hanks. I've met Gary Sinise, and I have met Mark Bulger.
Which one? What am I supposed to say? The lie?
Which one's the lie?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Well, why is that obvious?
Because he knows who I've met.
Yeah.
Well, then.
I mean,
that was
I've met
That
both
was an
Gary
easy one.
Sinise and Mark Bulger with
Yeah, with him. So,
him.
okay, so that was a pretty easy
I
one.
met blacked out and
Oh,
talked
you
a bunch of
lied.
shit to Mark.
That was an easy one
Is
there.
this my mom or is this my mom?
No.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's basically what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an easy one. He has met both of them with me, so that's kind of... No. Okay, story.
Yeah, I was saying.
We're on Mark Bulger's plane, coming back from New York.
Why are you on Mount Bulger's?
Okay, because Mark Bulger lent me his plane to go run Tunnels Towers.
He did that a couple times.
Run. He did it a couple
Yeah.
times. He let us borrow his plane.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He flew us on his private plane out to New
Stocked the
York.
bar for us.
Great guy, stocked the bar for us.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. On the way home, we had to stop and pick up Joe Buck, who is an announcer for Fox and all that stuff.
Okay.
And he does Cardinals and all that stuff. We were out of alcohol by the time he got on the plane, and there was 1 shot left. And he goes, "Are you kidding me?" I go, "I'll share it with you, Joe Buck." He goes, "I'm good."
And was that the last time you guys got to ride in that plane?
On Mark Bulger's, yes.
Wow.
But I flew, like I said, he was the one that I was talking about that flew with me in the plane
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
remember this.
and on the jet ski.
Oh,
He was on
yeah,
my
tell
jet.
us.
He was on my jet ski when I lost my leg.
Can I talk about that? That was okay.
Yes, please do.
Iraq, Afghanistan, firefights, bombs, whatever. Nothing. The back of a jet ski with that guy, scariest fucking thing I've ever done in my life. Okay? Because not only does he not have arms and legs, obviously, but Todd's gonna test the limits on every machine he's on. So it's like, bro, you're figuring out how to use your limbs, and he's just fucking goosing this thing. And I'm like screaming like a little bitch on the back. Like, stop, slow down. Fucking gooses it, throws both of us off the jet ski, obviously. So we go flying off. His water legs go down.
No, my leg went. Woo!
Yeah, but it's going down. And I'm trying to push Todd up because he's, I'm worried he's gonna drown. And he's yelling at me, "Get my legs, they're worth it, however much, 20,000. I'm like, no, don't touch. So I drop under, they're gone.
They're gone.
Fucking
But
scariest
He
thing
was
I've
on the
ever
back. He
done.
was like, "This is scarier than Afghanistan." I was like, "Shut up, bitch." Cut it hard. Went flying. Lost the leg. My leg went. The guy that actually let us borrow the jet skis. He was like, "Oh my god, I almost killed a veteran." He was like, "You survived war, and I let you drive my jet ski, and then I almost killed you letting you drive my jet ski." He was like, very, very upset about it.
They brought the diving team in.
Yeah, they brought the dive team in and everything.
The legs are expensive.
Dude, they couldn't even.
No.
It was in the river.
Oh, it was in a.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking like a bay
Well,
or.
like in the Ozarks, but it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it was
I'm thinking ocean.
it was
Somewhere, sometime, some guy's gonna catch a leg and he's gonna be
a
like,
really nice lake too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
You were gonna tell us. You promised to tell a story about wheelchair.
Wheelchair in the steps. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So we had Matt Cutler on episode 3, and
I think I heard that story actually.
we didn't get to the story, but we were at the gala, and this is
Explain what the
actually-
gala is.
The gala is something that JCS does to raise money. It's kind of like a ball. Everybody dresses up. They do auctions, things like that, to raise money for guys in the St. Louis area that, you know, are injured, and like I said, they take them on for life. So after the gala, we're at the hotel bar, and I'm feeling a little frisky. I'm in my wheelchair.
Always.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, of course.
And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take my wheelchair and I'm gonna ramp these 3 fucking steps. And they're like, there's no way. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So I took off, but I forgot I had my wheelie bars on the back of the fucking wheelchair. So when I went to go pop the wheelie to jump the 3 steps, the wheelie bar stopped me, and I'm like, and my limbs went flying everywhere. Like my arm flew off, my leg fell off. There was a Starbucks right there, and the Starbucks lady's going, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, sorry. But that's the wheelchair story of the steps.
Okay, I like that. I continue. Yeah.
No, I was gonna tell a funny thoughts.
Okay, hold on. No. Okay. Every guest I have on, I say, what's your favorite Todd Nicely story?
Okay, I got one. Okay, so we're outside the Edward Jones Dome after a Rams game. There's thousands of people around. And I mean, we're kind of half in the bag. We've been at a Rams game, we're partying, you know, we had fun. And so we're walking, and Todd tries to nut tap me in the middle of the street. Okay, and I look, and I move out of the way real quick, and as quick as I can.
Favorite?
Oh yeah, this is fucking hilarious. And I punch him in the balls as quick as I can. And he starts screaming, he falls over, and there's thousands of people looking at me, and I'm laughing at him. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? No one's legs with the balls.
But that's your favorite of all of them?
I mean, I'm not getting too into some. Yeah, that's an appropriate.
All right,
story.
give me a second favorite.
No, that's an appropriate one.
No, give me a second.
What do you want? What's a good one?
I don't know, man. You
I
got
don't know.
tons.
Off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head, what about when we were in Woody Johnson's, and you're a Patriots fan?
Yeah, but that's not funny.
To me, it is.
What? That they lost?
Yeah. Okay, so he's a Patriots fan, and we got to go up to Woody Johnson's suite. I'm a Jets fan.
Okay, so the owner of the Jets invited us up to a suite.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, it was dope.
So the Jets are playing the Patriots, and I told him, I said, behave yourself.
I know that picture.
I was like, behave yourself. Like, we're in
Call
the
us-
owner's suite.
call us
I know
Raiders.
you're a Patriots fan, but behave yourself.
Yeah.
And I said, if the Jets win, you got to take a picture in my Jets jersey out in front of the stadium. Oh my God, he was not happy because they won by a field goal.
Well, it was a bullshit loss.
They won.
Yeah, but there was a lot of play. We can go back and review the tape.
Win is a win. Win is a win.
Yeah.
You know what?
I gotta actually ask, do we have this picture?
I have
Yeah,
this picture.
yeah, it's a good one.
Send it to me. I want to post this on Instagram so that people that are listening right now can go and look.
You should see his
and
face.
this
He
picture.
looks like a grumpy dwarf. He's just like.
Please, really. Send
I'll
me
find
this
it. I'll
picture.
find it. I got it. I know I got it.
That was a cool trip.
It was a good time, man.
Yeah.
Like this guy
Yeah,
is
Dick
one of my
Cheney's
best
behind
friends, and
There's a lot of people there.
we've been through a lot together. Like you would
Sounds
not
like
believe. We've been through addiction together. We've been through
War.
war together, and we're both doing good now in our lives, which makes me extremely happy because we fought addiction, war, and now we're doing great. And that's hard to do. Like a lot of people don't make it through that type of shit.
That's finding some inner peace after being incredibly traumatized.
Yeah.
And that's not just a war thing, that's a human thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just more profound in our level because of the intense combat.
Well, I mean, we went through, like I said, war and addiction. Addiction connected to war, and
War
We-
and drugs are married.
yeah.
Those two go
Oh,
hand in
they're
hand. Anybody
Anybody that's been
who
through
says
war
Marines are
is
clean?
drugs.
Nah, yeah, no, drugs and war are married.
A lot of people probably wouldn't agree with that, but
What are you talking about? The
yeah,
fuck
Lan-
Marines? I know.
Lance Corporals run the Marine Corps, man.
Oh, they're the trigger pullers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
essentially
we're the
what
ones
it
that
is.
do all the dirty work.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know how far are we in. We're at
What?
29 minutes. I think this is a good place to kind of shut it down. George, do you have anything else you want to talk about, or?
No, I'll promote myself a little bit. I'm working with an organization now called Veteran Yoga Project. So any veterans out there who want to start doing yoga, it's accessible to everybody. So all body types, men, women. I just play with nervous systems. All
Do you have a website?
Yeah, I was to say, how do they contact
Just
you?
go to my Facebook, George Gettis or Veteran Yoga Project. I'll be on there if you want to do yoga.
And yeah, he's really good at what he does. I've been
So-
to the program. I've went to the Himalayan Institute. I've seen what it does for guys. I can't actually do yoga. I mean, I can, but I choose not to. But that's my thing. I do a mind body up. But
He does yoga.
Please.
He calls it something different.
please go check him out. He's trying to get up off the ground, and this is what this is all about: is getting veterans healthy and getting them in the right state of mind to be better people in this world. So I think we'll end it on that.
Actually, you really didn't talk about the organizations this time. You only went in with JCS.
Yeah,
Do
you're
you
right.
wanna
I
talk
didn't.
more about it?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Semper Fi Fund. It's called Semper Fi Fund, but they also help out Marines and Army and Marine Corps. Why do you guys have five there?
No, I had a question. I wanted to interject about Semper Fi Fund.
Why?
They
Oh yeah, they actually
they paid
they paid for us to have a reunion.
not a reunion. So I threw a workshop at the Himalayan Institute, a yoga retreat, and they put everybody up for the whole weekend. So I reached out to them. They're a great organization.
They paid to have they paid for your units to have reunions.
Yes,
you
that's-
get a hold of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
They-
so they
they
brought all
will.
the guys together. It was
They'll
fucking
get you
badass.
guys back together with it, and so Semper Fi is a very good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Focus Marines, obviously.
Freaking awesome.
JCS, Joshua Chamberlain Society, which is chamberlainsociety.org. And then we also have Stephen Silver Tunnels Towers Foundation, and then the Gary Sinise Foundation, which builds houses for wounded veterans. And I think that's all about. Oh, yeah, and Warfighters Engage. They build rigs for guys that have been wounded in war and think they can't play video games anymore. I'll tell you what, I play video games all the time. That's how most of us got started.
I play video games too.
But
Of course. I mean, who doesn't? Right? But
But
if
hey,
you,
guys, we're gonna have to end it on that. And thanks for listening in, and we'll catch you next time.
if you guys want to get a hold of us, Warfighters Engage, or sorry,
Warfighters
Engage.
Engage.
Yeah,
We're not warfighters.
I know we're not, but
Wow,
you should contact,
Kyle.
you should contact them.
Wow, Kyle.
When does the fuckery end on Instagram, YouTube, and I think Twitter?
You started them all now.
I started all of them except for the Twitter.
So
What?
when does the fuckery end? Fuckery, FKRY. You'll find us there. If you have any comments, questions, anything you'd like us to talk about, find us there.
Also, like, subscribe, and rate us, please.
Yes, please rate us. Fuck your clicker.